All right, week four Viva, bum 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 bum. What did we do? So essentially on Monday we started at 1:30, and we had to do an analysis on the 1970s movie. And this analysis involved a skill that we had to pick that the movie used for their overall for their film for their that impacted the acting. So we had to pick a skill
Mm.
that impacted the acting in some sort of way. It could be the acting style, could be behind the scenes, it could be whatever. I chose behind the scenes. Me personally, I chose the use of cameras, the use of special effects, the use of animations, and all of that, like the props. And I said that because the movie is very low budget, it was horrible. The camera quality wasn't good. The animations were horrible. It did not look realistic. And also, a specific skill that wasn't being used was the zoom in, zoom out, which is what a lot of movies use, especially the 1990s one with DiCaprio in it. That uses a lot of zoom in features and zoom out features to really focus the scene on the actor or the thing that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the 1970s one doesn't do that, which that really spoils the acting. I'm gonna be so real. It really spoils the acting. But yeah, that's what I had to say about it. Overall, the 1970s one is niche. It is not good. But yeah, what do you got to add?
What I wrote about was the acting style. Obviously, in them terms, they had different type of ways of acting. Obviously, it has improved over the time period
Yep.
and adapted into certain other things. But
Yeah.
pretty much, it was what I pretty much wrote about is the changes on how people interact with each other through acting.
Yep.
Obviously, back in the back in them days, it would be very, it would sound kind of robotic, kind of, if you know what I'm saying.
Nah, yeah, I get you.
Sound quite, it would sound quite literally scripty. The acting wasn't all that, to be honest. In my eyes, it wasn't all that. But obviously, in the modern era, people have learned to adapt and to change certain ways of saying certain things so it can implement it into the scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I wrote about for 400 words,
Yeah.
450 words.
Yeah.
So
But we got it
yeah,
done. We got it done. And then afterwards we had some pen and paper tasks with Leanne. And this is where we actually researched the golf, the golf terms. This is where I properly researched the synopsis. I researched the synopsis even though I already knew the synopsis, but I had to re-research the synopsis to kind of understand how this and that happens, and what my character's intention is. And I remember we also went over the topic of sibling rivalry and how our characters have a sibling rivalry, or how my character feels towards TJ, his character, because we're brothers in the performance. And it was kind of analyzing about siblings and like why and how my older self, as I'm the older sibling, I was analyzing why do I feel this way, why do I feel this way, and how do I feel this way? That's what I was kind of researching. And yeah, that's what I was researching in Leanne's lesson. A lot of pen to paper work and a lot of relaxation. Just getting a brief understanding of what we're doing. But yeah,
all right.
what about you?
Um, yes, we pretty much were finding out and basically writing our character profile thing for our character. So what I was writing basically was what he did before the scene started and like a year before the scene started. So basically, in my scene or me and Jay's scene, basically my character Austin is a screenwriter and he's been trying going to studios, giving out stuff, and then yeah, he ends up meeting Saul, and then basically he brings him, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
There's not much
but the
to
thing
be
is as
honest.
well, your character's very supportive of my character throughout the whole story until Saul decides to pick my story. You're very
Yeah,
supportive, and Lee's a bit of a prick. He's like, "Oh yeah, 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 you this, you that." He's very aggressive towards him as well. He's very jealous, and then afterwards it just switches just like that.
yeah, literally.
It's crazy. But yeah, that's what happened. And then on Tuesday we had two lessons with Ryan. Started at 9, finished at 12:30. We had two lessons with Ryan. We went over seeing the True West again, and I remember this time in particular we were also talking about costumes with Ryan as well and what to be wearing. So we did we did
Yeah,
we did the scene. The scene went okay. It definitely wasn't our strongest performance because we were both tired and it was both 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, that's what happened. But hey, it is what it is. And we spoke about costumes, and essentially both of our characters are going to be wearing like tank tops or whatnot, and our costumes are going to be in black and white. and we have both agreed that I'm going to be majority black, and TJ, who's Austin, is going to be majority white because I am the bad guy in the scene, and a villain color is black, so I'm going to be majority in black.
Indeed.
And indeed, yeah.
I'll
So,
be
yep, you speak.
majority and white.
Yeah. So essentially, my plan
I feel
is.
like
Yeah. Sorry. You finish. You finish. Sorry.
I'm gonna have black jeans and a white top. Pretty much.
And I'm gonna
Pretty
have
much.
white trousers and a black top with
Indeed.
black shoes. With black shoes. But yeah,
With
indeed.
shoes.
Indeed. But yeah, that's what we spoke about. And then afterwards, Wednesday, our day off. And then on Thursday, we had voice with Liz. And in this lesson in particular, we were split into groups. And in order to kind of bring out our natural American accent, she made us perform something involving American accents. It could be something made up. It could be something from an American sitcoms or an American movie or an American TV show or an American a reality show. Anything. Me personally, my group did Love Island, which was a bit mad. It was a bit crazy, but you know what? It actually went quite well. I kind of discovered my accent a bit. You know, just a natural, casual Californian accent that does not sound like Lee whatsoever, but it works as an American accent, so it's something I definitely can adapt to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's pretty much it.
And what did your group do? What did your group do?
They want to talk about it. But
yeah, the gay bartender.
I had to be a gay bartender.
You were so good at that though.
Yeah, it's acting.
Yeah, I knew you
yes.
said big girl shawty. Anyway, that's not the point right
What's
now.
it? That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. But you were brilliant. You were brilliant in that.
Thank you, brother.
You were brilliant. Anyway, afterwards, yeah, we had oh my days, timetable collection. Afterwards, we had studio time and then classical theatre with Ryan, so essentially just more rehearsals. And I'm pretty sure that we didn't have a run through on Thursday. We didn't have a run through.
We didn't have a run through, but we had a run through on Friday.
We had a run through on Friday, but we didn't have one on Thursday. So on Thursday it was just a bit of a. On Thursday I did a bit of research actually on Lee. I did a bit of a mind map on Lee as well about his intentions and why he feels this way. But like, it came to the point where I even like locked myself in a room and I started going crazy about not being noticed. You know, kind of weird. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that's what happened. And on Friday, what happened was, yeah, we actually did have a scene with, we actually did have a run through with Ryan, and it did not go the best. I'm gonna be honest. Ryan even gave me a stick for a golf club. He even gave me a stick. We started using props here, and that was the one difference. We actually started to use props. However, it definitely wasn't our best show, our best performance. I'm not gonna lie, and anxiety is kind of spiking a bit because our show's in less than a few weeks, and we haven't yet gotten a strong scene yet that we're like, yes, that's it. And the thing is, I think our main goal was to also make Ryan go, whoa, that's it. That's True West. But yeah.
Literally, we just need to get locked in and all that.
We need to know what's up. But the thing is, something that we
Hello?
have done. Hello? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
But something that we have done is actually run through the script. We've actually read the script, which is something I've done. I've read all 60 pages, and I've got a brief understanding on what happens, and it's really sad. Like, holy crap. But that's something we've done, and you know what? It's something that we are definitely more improving on. We're also, we're both also going through the lines again, even though it's something that we've done really early on. I think going through the lines again properly is actually really helping because it's given our brains a fresh memory, and it's stopping us from improvising. Because the main goal, yes, we might have to improvise a bit, but improvising as less as possible is key. But yeah.
Amen to that. Hey.
Yeah.
My wife keeps cutting out. It's annoying me.
No worries.
But yeah. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, but
what we talk about cut out for a long period of time.
Yeah, no worries. I was just talking about essentially. Fuck, what was I talking about? No, I was talking about True West and how we can get better with the script, you know. And something I mentioned is actually reading through the entire story, which is something that I have done. Wow. Yeah. You still there?
Sorry, it just keeps cutting out.
No worries. Do you wanna decline and rejoin like you did last time, or do you think it's fine?
Not even change nothing. Well,
we're just gonna finish this quickly. long story short,
Indeed.
things to improve on. We need to know. We need to understand what the other person's talking about. We need to know what each other are talking about. We need to know
Yeah,
the term we're talking
absolutely,
about.
exactly.
We need to know the intentions that we're talking about. We need to know the run through our mindset of our characters and what's going through our characters' minds. That's what we need to know, as well as the lines to make it naturalistic as possible, slowly but surely, and get these accents down. That's what we need to do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Right.
Sir.
And we're gonna do this. By the time week 5 happens, trust me, all of that is gonna happen. Like that, all of that is gonna happen. Things that went well, our motivation is going up. That's it. Let's go.
Tomorrow.
Right, let's go.
Yeah.